Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to the May 11th, 2023 weekly blog post. Another interesting series of events this past week. Mortgage bonds responded very favorably yesterday to a better than or slightly better than anticipated inflation report. I think we're gonna see when we compare numbers going into the future that the bond market itself is going to respond. Maybe we get the inverted yield curve to get back toward normal, and maybe we get to see mortgage rates slide down slowly going into the summer, and hopefully toward the remainder of this year. So, while I don't think inflation is, cured by any stretch of the imagination, while there's certainly a series of economic hurdles we're going to have to deal with, I'm pretty happy with the fact that we've gotten at least to this point where there's enough data out there that if the Fed isn't done raising short-term rates, it will be sooner rather than later, and the markets will have a chance to digest all the cuts that have happened over the past year or so. And I think that's important because we're not in 2020 or 2021 anymore, and rates are no longer the 2% range. Property values are not climbing at 20% plus year over year. Loan opportunities are not falling from the sky, and sellers aren't calling agents all day, every day, asking how much they can get for their house. Rents, while still not fantastic, aren't screaming higher at a faster pace even than the price of homes. But still, we're dealing with the fact that we're forming more households every year than we're building units for them to occupy. And that's going to be stressful. Part of that is the fact that while home prices aren't screaming through the roof as they were in the past couple of years, we're still seeing a significant number of cash investors stepping in and buying single-family homes where the cash flow warrants the deal. Otherwise, if you are a real estate agent, if you are a mortgage professional, if you want a deal to happen, you're going to have to go out there and get it, because they're not going to just come to you like they did in the past couple of years. And I know that's a challenge for some people to believe, but that part of it, the fact that you just had to step in the way of those opportunities, isn't as strong as it was in the past couple of years. Now, I think the funny part is that lenders and agents still think that we are in pandemic mode. And the fact that nobody wants to go into the office or to work, the fact that once popular meetings, I remember in my marketplace, Long Island Board of Realtors had a monthly gathering, and it was attended by hundreds of real estate and mortgage professionals in the area. That meeting hasn't taken place in quite some time and isn't on the schedule to ever come back. And I'm not sure about each and every one of your communities, but so many of the things, the office meetings, the office gatherings, the networking opportunities that were available of that social gathering component of our lives has been missing to a large degree. And it's really important that we get out there and we understand that personal connection, getting out in front of people and actually having to have conversations, because you miss the old 6 degrees of separation, right? You miss the fact that the person that you're speaking to may not need what it is that you're doing, but they may have a sphere of influence that does. And there's no way of connecting them to you if you're not speaking to that original person. It's sort of what we do with referral partners. We make relationships with referral partners. We know, like, and trust each other. They get in front of an opportunity. We get in front of an opportunity. We pass it to the other because we trust that person can do a great job for the person at large. And it doesn't matter whether a loan officer gets a loan opportunity from a realtor or an attorney or a small bank or a credit union or a plumber or a blacksmith or a server at a restaurant, it matters that that opportunity is presented to that person to act on it. And I think, we're in a big thing now where, again, mortgage and real estate tending to be one of those areas of business where a significant portion of the population is aging out. We both know that in real estate as well as mortgage, it tends to be an older, more mature crowd. And people who have come from 2020, 2021, and into 2022 did really, really well. And they made a bunch of money, and they're looking at the business now, and maybe they don't want to work that hard. Maybe they don't want to get out there and do what's necessary to move forward. And that may be possible. Some of us are just aging out. I've got a good friend of mine, and he's facing that very real possibility that most of his referral partners, most of the people he's done business with, are older, and some of them are retiring. Unfortunately, some of them are passing on. And do you go back and start this process all over again by surrounding yourself with the next generation of people? And some people are making that choice not to. But the reality of it is there's still opportunity out there. We came through the pandemic, and people are either going back to work or they're now permanently going to be working from home. And that presents that person with that opportunity to look at their livable surroundings and say, does this work? Does this function? Is this the best for me and my family? And despite the fact that we're not at 2% interest rates anymore, there's still value in making sure that the place that you're living is functioning as part of your life. And it doesn't matter whether it's 2% or 6% or 8% or 20%. There's still a financial component based upon value and convenience that people are willing to pay. We know that because look at the people who have the number of streaming services. How many people are getting rid of their, last $1,300 phone to buy the next $1,400 phone? Look at the sheer number of people who have car payments over $1,000 in this marketplace. That lets you know that it's not that the people don't have the money to do these things. They're making different choices, or they don't know what options are available to them. So I think it's really important that we know that the market in 2023 is going to be owned by those people who get up, get out, and go talk to other people. That's really what is happening. That's where the people that I'm seeing being successful, people that I work with who are successful, it's a matter of getting out there and having conversations on a daily basis. It's about presenting information, education, and options to those people around you so that they can see that there's a lot of things that we can be doing and should be doing, but it requires us to get up, get out, and go act, as opposed to sitting down, sitting back, and hoping. Because I've said repeatedly before, and I'll say again, hope is not a strategy for success. The business is not going to come to you. You're going to have to go out and get it, but you're capable of doing that. And if you need some help with establishing your plan on how that's supposed to happen, just reach out, Mike, imtcoaching.com, and we'll see you again next week. Take care.